I mean, I see the young people in my congregation as, on the whole and for the most part, all in. Like, they are reading their Bible daily. I get questions from them in Bible class. Hey, Pastor, I was reading in John's Gospel and this came up and I didn't understand it. Whereas, sometimes from like lifelong Lutherans who are older, they don't want to admit that they don't know. And the young people they admit they don't know something and they want to know more. And they're just very frank about it. Like, I don't know these things and I want to know more. What else can I read? What else should I know? They're exploring it, right? So that's very optimistic. We don't have, in my small town, we don't have like tons and tons, like say in a city somewhere, but that's really optimistic. I think that like post-COVID, the people who are still there are people who are committed, right? So they are excited for being active in their community, standing for what we believe, and sometimes overzealous, because they'll do things and I'm like, oh, let's just pull the reins on that just a little bit. Like, I don't want to take away your zeal, but I don't know that we can go that direction yet. But it's nice to be able to say pull back instead of having to feel like I got to, get the whip out to say, let's go, let's do something. So I think there are people have some energy now to like, because they've seen that we can do small things and those actions will actually profit. They have some profitability to it, not in terms of wealth or money, but they produce something. And I think for a long time in parishes like mine, all they've been seeing is decline. And though we still have people dying and we're replacing them, so it's not like decline or even growth, it's like super growth. They're seeing staying connected just to who we are and becoming reacquainted with those things, with our doctrine, knowing the scriptures. I have lots of opportunities to share what I believe every single day. And I didn't see those things or those opportunities before. And now they're taking the opportunity. Like, I'll get questions like, so I've got this neighbor who says this to me. Like, I didn't know how to respond, but so like, if this comes up again, how should I think about this? And how should I talk about those things? What are some conversational tactics that I don't have right now that I can use or that I can keep with me? And so I find that very encouraging that the people who are there are there.
There's something to be said about the 300 Spartans, or the 300 with Gideon. That there's something about if you can get just a couple people that are really passionate, they're all in and they're oriented in the right direction. Like, you can do more with one or two people than you can with 100 people that are, they won't just want to sit on their hands, right? And that's not to say that we don't want those second group within the church, but if you can have a couple of those other ones, you can do a ton with those people. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And, one anecdote that kind of gets to what you're talking about, and this is certainly not to disparage anyone, but we had one of our elders meetings and we just brought in a young guy, and I think he's maybe 24, 25. And he's someone who's just been hyper active in Bible study. His questions are on point. It's just, he's very, very interested in theology. And we were having a discussion on something and he kind of piped in. This was his first meeting. And he immediately he's like, well, if I'm correct, like in the Augsburg Apology, it phrases it this way. And he's like going through the Augsburg Apology, and then he went to some other writing, maybe by Chemnitz or something like that. And I was like, well, that's really beautiful. Like, within this discussion, this young gun is thinking through what we're talking about and he's thinking about it through the lens and forcing us all to bring it back to the lens of what do our confessions say and some of our best historical documents.
Yeah.
And that's something, and I don't want to say that no one else does that.
Right.
You know, we've got great elders at our church, but that's great to see. And especially for someone like if you're, you know, in your 50s or 60s and you look and you see this young gun that's like, okay, if we're going to make this decision, let's make sure we go back to these documents.
Yes.
And he's not going to just mention the idea of it, but he's actually already done it. Not even prepping for this meeting. It's not like he knew this topic was going to come up. Like that should light everybody else up to say, okay, if we're going to have these discussions, we all need to be prepared at that level, you know, because if we want to have a voice that should be heard in these meetings, we should also be prepared in the same way. And that can raise everybody up if you just get a couple people that are oriented in that direction.
And I think also just people who are oriented, that just because you tried it 5 or 10 years ago doesn't mean it doesn't work today.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you get people who are younger who are like, have you done this? And, you know, they'll say, yeah, we tried it 15 years ago. It's like, well, it's a different time. Like, why not try it again? Or, I mean, just the willingness to kind of put yourself out there and kind of look like, look the fool for Christ. Young people are willing to do that. And, you know, sometimes as we get older, we get jaded and you've tried so many things and it doesn't work or whatever. And then you just give up on trying. And that's a horrible place to be. So having some vitality in who's to say it won't work now, or even if it doesn't work, is it actually good for me to do? You know, like I canvass our town. I've never seen anyone come to our church because I've knocked on doors and invited them to church. I've seen people come to church that I've never talked to. Like, so maybe God is, you know, giving us growth in that area, saying, well, keep doing what you're doing, but it's not because you did it that this person is coming. So, you know, to save me from pride. But it's actually good for me. And sometimes that's like we miss out on what is actually profitable about something. We think like the bottom line, whether it's like budgets or how many people are in attendance, but maybe just doing the work of, you know, sweating my tail off, knocking on a door, talking to a complete stranger, introducing who I am. You know, this is the church that I belong to. Is there anything I can pray for you today or in the future? Sometimes the door gets slammed in your face. Sometimes they're really disinterested. Sometimes you can have a 15, 20-minute conversation with them. Like that's actually good for me. And we've written it off because no one comes from that. Yeah. Well, what are we saying to God when we write something off that the church has done for ages, just going out and talking to people in a very rudimentary fashion? What are we writing off of how God can work in us what needs to be worked?